Ever scroll through YouTube and think, man, these sailors must be loaded? Yeah, so did I, until I realized they're not. Well, I mean, some of them are, but a lot of them are just clever or scrappy or good at doing math. So today I'm going to prove that you can afford to go sailing, and I'll show you exactly how the numbers work out. Let's start with the myth. People imagine that sailboats are these rich people toys floating around with champagne and caviar, but in reality, most liveaboard sailors I've met are eating canned chili and wearing shirts that used to be white in the 90s. But here's the kicker. Sailing isn't expensive. Owning the wrong boat is expensive, and that's where everyone messes up. So stick around to the end because I'm going to let you in on how I bought my 35-foot sailboat for $9 grand. There is a secret to this.
All through my life, I've found little places to live. And when I was a kid, I always built like tree houses and climbed trees and built forts. And when I first walked into Lizzie Bell and looked her over, I was like, this is the perfect fort. For me, I think what's more important than having a big house is having a space that makes me feel good. I've just been able to make it my own. And she has so much character and so much history, and I couldn't ask for anything else.
All right, let's crunch some numbers, the fun kind. Let's say you spend 40 grand on a used Catalina or Hunter or Beneteau from the early 2000s. And that's less than a 2021 Honda Civic. You get a mooring ball instead of a marina slip. You just saved $1,000 a month. Liveaboard, that's your rent. Insurance, about $400 a year. Maintenance, let's be real. If you do the work yourself, you can get away with about $2,000 a year.
I think it gives me more of a purpose to be on Lizzie Bell is to maintain, and she is my home, so my money, instead of paying rent, goes into making sure she's safe and the upkeep is there.
Now compare that to an average apartment. The rent there, $2,000 a month times 12 months is 24 grand. You just paid for an entire year of living on your boat and still came out ahead. So when people say, oh, I could never afford to sail, I say, buddy, you already are. You just call it rent. But wait, we're not stopping there. Let's break this down even simpler. A decent 30-foot sailboat in good condition, 25 to 35K. You finance that over 5 years, your payments are under $500 a month. Now, if you're renting an apartment for $1,800 a month, you could literally sell your couch, move aboard, and be ahead of the game by next Tuesday. And here's the part people don't think about. Boats appreciate in memories.
I think I understand money in my way of understanding money, which is once you figure out how to make enough, then go do the things that make you happy. There's always a way to make money. There's always a way to live. I have enough to go and have a beer, and I have enough to go to the grocery store. I can put enough diesel in the tanks of the boat, and I think I'm one of the richest people in the world. I feel great.
Every time you hoist the main and head out, you're not burning any money, but you're buying freedom. Now let's talk about how people actually do this. Meet the 3 sailing archetypes. The budget pirate is number 1. These are people who buy a $10,000 boat or less off Craigslist. They fix it themselves and they sail it to the Bahamas. Their toolbox is older than they are. Their coffee maker is an original jet boil. And their YouTube comments are always, how are they even still alive? Sailor number 2 is the downsizer. They sell the house, they cash out of equity, buy a mid-sized cruising sailboat, and they never look back. They realize they didn't actually own their house anyway. Their house owned them. And the third type, the work from anywhere captain. They're on Starlink, editing spreadsheets from the cockpit. They make money online while watching turtles swim by. These are the people who figured out life's cheat code. So whichever one you are, you can make it happen, because affordability isn't just about money, it's about priorities.
I eat to get full at this point, and there's important things like fruits and vegetables, and make sure I eat that stuff, because that stuff is cheap. But then, I'm not gonna lie, I eat a lot of canned food, a lot of corned beef and tuna and stuff like that, and that's for the reason Lizzie Bell doesn't have a fridge. You don't need a refrigerator. You can get along without it, and maybe it makes you enjoy that really cold bottle of water when you do get the chance.
People think that they need to save up for sailing. No, you need to rethink your spending. Skip Starbucks for a year. There's your autopilot. Sell that jet ski. There's your new mainsail. Cancel the cable bill. Boom, you got a solar upgrade. The truth is, most people could start sailing tomorrow if they stop telling themselves that they can't. And the people that are already out doing it, they started before they could afford it, then they figured out how to make it last. That's the secret. You don't need a yacht, you need a boat that floats, a dream, and a few YouTube tutorials on how to fix fiberglass. So next time someone says sailing's only for the rich, send them this video, because I promise the ocean doesn't care how much is in your bank account. It just wants to know if you're coming out to play. Okay, as promised, how I bought my boat for 9 grand. This isn't rocket science, but there kind of is a little bit of a hack I'm gonna let you in on. It's called Yacht Club pricing. I got my first sailboat for $1,000, a Chrysler 22. Yes, Chrysler made sailboats. It's a long story. Anyway, I got the cheapest slip at the crappiest marina that I could find, and it was good, a place to tie the boat up. I got out sailing all the time. Every time the weather allowed, I was out there. But I noticed all the other sailboats just up the river at the fancy yacht club. After my first year, I sold that Chrysler for $1,000, so I didn't lose a dime. And I bought a Redline CNC 25 for $3,500. And I walked over to the club and introduced myself. They had all seen me out sailing by now. I met some cool sailors and I volunteered to crew on their boats for race nights. After a few months of crewing every Thursday night, I got to know a lot of people. I joined the club myself. I already had friends in there anyway. The next year, I spread the word with fellow club members and racers that my 25, while it was fast, wasn't big enough, and they went to work for me. Every sailor wants to help you upgrade. All you have to do is ask. For the next few weeks, they kept coming back to me with sweet deals on boats not even listed online. Eventually, Lady K appeared. The owner's wife had surgery and couldn't get on or off the boat anymore. They'd pay special attention to a buyer who might keep the boat in the club. The $35,000 listing suddenly got a lot more or best offer. After some back and forth, we settled on 9 grand cash and she was mine. Never listed, no brokers, no BS. You just have to know the right people and be in the right place at the right time. And the only way to do that is to join their club for a little while. Deals like that happen every year behind the scenes and no one ever finds out about them. So if you want a great cheap boat, that's the hack. I hope you use it because the mission here at LadyKSailing has always been to get more people sailing more easily, and I sure couldn't do it without the patrons. People who give as little as a couple of bucks an episode to make these videos possible. If you'd like to help me get more people sailing more easily, please consider becoming a patron. Paid patrons also get access to the app where we have group chats, live one-on-one messaging with me, and consultations if you're in the boat buying or learning process. I hope to see you there. Till next time, friends, keep the heavy side down, but not too far down. I love you guys.